I'll let you guys decide who goes first. But who has a brighter future, the Atlanta Hawks or the Pelicans? Whoever wants to go first, take the stand.
Uh, I guess I'll go first because he's just first. I ain't pick the Hawks. My boy on the Hawks. I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Pelicans. And why I'm gonna go with the Pelicans? I have Zion Williamson. Like, that is all I need to say. Nah, all jokes aside though. Lonzo Ball, young. Brandon Ingram, young. Jackson Hayes, young. Zion. Drew Holiday, he still can ball. They got Derek Favors, was a good piece. They have guys that love to play with each other so well. Josh Hart coming up the bench. Nickel Walker, who's a good player. He's going to develop. They have guys who are the continuity, like Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Zion. You've seen it when Zion came back. The chemistry was there, like, instantly. You got Lonzo Ball, who has the chance to be very, very special. Brandon Ingram, who's already shown he could be a bucket. Drew Holiday can still play ball at 29, 30 years old. He can still give you 19, 7, and 4, and elite defense. Zion is Zion. I don't really need to talk too much about that. He's Zion. Jackson Hayes, he can turn into a very good big man, rim protector type of player. You got Derek Favors for the leadership. Josh Hart coming up the bench. This team is just fit to run so perfectly. And if they keep building, I don't see how the Hawks can have a brighter future. You got Cam Reddish, who's still a question mark in other people's eyes, not mine, but other people's eyes. You got Trae Young. Yeah, he's great. He also is the worst defender I've ever seen in my life. You got, what's his name? Jack
DeAndre
Collins.
Hunter?
What's his name? John Collins. He's good. He can ball, but you got to see more of him. He doesn't get the ball much. Trae Young is very ball dominant. He doesn't move without the ball. You got DeAndre Hunter. He's 22. He's slow on defense. You can see the inconsistency with him. Kevin Huerter, they really tried to call him Klay Thompson. He's not Klay Thompson. I don't know why they did that. Then you picked up Clint Capella. I mean, he's a good defender, yeah, but what are you going to do? Throw oops to him all game? That's not really something like – you see the Rockets, it didn't work. So what makes you think you can come here? It's going to – I don't know why they thought it was going to work. And then, I mean, come on. Like, I don't see, like, Zion – the Hawks. I don't see what you see, but you can tell me what you see. Andre Bremby, like, okay.
Thanks for giving
DeAndre Bembry.
Thanks for giving me a analysis about every player on the Hawks roster. No, I don't think anybody thinks Kevin Huerter is going to be Klay Thompson. I don't even think he might be Nick Stauskas. But look, this the thing. Look, this is what I feel. I think the Pelicans have an absurd amount of talent. But how are they all going to mesh together when all of them reach their best selves, which each of them are heading towards right now? The Hawks have the advantage that these players are figuring themselves out, and it's certain that Trae Young is the best, and he is going to dominate the ball. On the Pelicans, as these players get better, who knows what's going to happen? They might – right now they love playing with each other, but as they play more, they want more touches. Who knows what's going to happen? And there's always that risk with injury with Zion. And that's why I'm holding out hope for them, because there's that risk with Zion. Now, he's a wild card. You know, I think that Trae Young, he's averaging 29 and 9 his second season. Like, that's unbelievable for him to do. I don't think he's going away anytime soon. And you wanted to disrespect Clint Capella. I don't love Capella. I know that he didn't fit what the Rockets wanted to do. But let's not act like his oops cannot be effective. Let's not act like he wasn't averaging 16 to 17 off of oops and just putbacks all game. I mean, that's what he does, and he's a good defender, which is going to help Trae Young and the Hawks be formidable on defense. And he'll be a perfect pick-and-roll partner for Trae Young, which is what he needs. So I think the Hawks have so much cap space that they can sign good to great players this upcoming offseason. I think if you have an offseason where you sign Danilo Gallinari or maybe a Marcus Morris type of player, and you have Trae Young, Gallinari, John Collins, Clint Capella, I think that's a playoff team. And what if they draft Anthony Edwards and they have Edwards, Young, and Gallinari and John Collins? I think right now the Hawks they're a mystery because they can go in so many directions and they can bring in an absurd amount of talent and they might become superstars. The Pelicans, we already know what they have. So you're banking on what they have. I'm banking on what the Hawks can have.
Could have.
Could have. I'm banking on that.
Yeah.
I think they could have.
Red, before
Could
you go,
have
one
something
question for Joel.
more than the Pelicans.
One question for Joel. Do you think the Hawks are gonna do a good job convincing these guys to play for them? Like, do you
Come from
think
Atlanta?
like realistically, like, I mean,
Atlanta now? After what it looks like now? Yeah. Okay.
that was just a question for the side, but I'll let Riv go.
I mean, look, man, I think that money convinces everybody.
Mm.
You know, Gallinari isn't gonna take $15 million on a winning team versus $25 million on the Hawks. He's gonna take that $25 million.
They're gonna pay him. Wow, good luck with that. I just want to say one thing because it's funny to me because, like you said, I'm banking on what we already have, which is Zion. You're banking on what you could have, which is DeAndre Hunter. I just listen. I watch the Hawks. I watch the Hawks all the time. I watch them all year. One of my favorite players is on there. I watch them. Joel probably watched more of the Pelicans than I did. I watched a few Pelicans games though, but I watched the Hawks all year. And I don't see any day of the week that their defense is going to change. They are one of the worst defensive teams. You know who their best defender was this year? You know, Joel?
Probably DeAndre Hunter.
No, it wasn't.
Reddish.
Yeah, that's who it was.
I mean, he's not a bad defender, though.
No, he's a good defender. That is a rookie. That's a rookie.
I mean, most of the players they play are rookies or in their second year.
You got in New Orleans, you got a 6'9" bucket that can go bucket for bucket against wings in the league. You have Zion. I don't got to talk too much about it. You got Lonzo Ball who can dish it, and he can also play defense. A point guard that can play defense is very valuable in the league. A high IQ point guard who can play defense is valuable in the league. Trae Young is a high IQ player. Don't get me wrong. He's a scorer. He doesn't – I don't even know if he – I think he does. He just can't play defense. You got Drew Holiday in the backcourt who can lock up and score. He's an underrated star in the league, and he's going to be around for a while. I would put all-star level. He's a star.
He has a max contract.
Well, I think he's an underrated star. I mean, I don't know why he has a max contract, but I think
he's an underrated player. It's fair to say.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Look, I'll say this. He's a player that isn't known amongst NBA fans. But if we're talking about his contract and his production, he's not an underrated star.
I wasn't talking about his contract. I was just talking about strictly people not knowing him. He's an underrated guy. Like, you should know who he is.
Look, this is where you're faulting in. Zion Williamson is amazing, but he's bad on defense too. He's not a good defender.
He's not worse than Trae Young.
All right, but Trae Young is 6'1". Trae Young is 6'1".
So was Chris Paul.
All right, but I'm saying
so was Gary Payton.
There is an excuse for.
So was Gary Payton.
He was 6'4".
Gary Payton was not 6'4". What's wrong with you?
Gary Payton was what, 6'1", 6'2", right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Where'd you get that from?
I want to check that because I don't know.
He
was 6'4", bro. He was 6'4".
He's 6'4"?
Yeah, stop playing.
What? He looks mad little.
I thought GP was 6'2". I mean, damn, we both got we learn something new every day then.
Look, but this is what I'm saying, man. There's an excuse for Trae Young at least. Zion is a freak of nature who's bad on defense. He's slow on his feet. He can't guard on the perimeter. He can't, all right, and Trae Young is 19. He's like 20. Like, come on, man. Like, come on.
Who would you take? Talent.
I would take
injuries. Talent.
I would take Zion. But I'm saying let's say this because you're so high on Reddish. Let's say Reddish turns into the player that you think he's going to turn into.
He is.
Which is what?
A superstar.
Okay, so if Cam Reddish turns into a superstar, Trae Young is a superstar.
But that's not what you believe.
Clint Capella, if Clint Capella averages 17 and 12 in the East, he's an all-star. If they have a superstar in Reddish, a superstar in Trae Young, and a really good player in Clint Capella, how good will they be?
Don't let him do it. That's not what he thinks. He doesn't think Cam's going to be a superstar. It's about what you think the Hawks.
No, but you've been talking about this whole time that they aren't going to do anything.
But that's me, though. That's not – no.
But you got to understand that if you feel like Cam Reddish is going to become a superstar and Trae Young, we can all agree he's a star, and Clint Capella is a really good player, Clint Capella could be an Eastern All-Star.
They don't do that.
He can do that.
Clint Capella would never make the All-Star game.
I don't know.
Clint Capella would never – because it doesn't go East-West like that no more. He's not going to get voted in the starters, so he's not going to get –
No, he won't. But he
Clint Capella would never –
I think he can make it.
How many East big men made the All-Star team besides Joel Embiid?
Look, I'm not
Bam
not a
Adebayo
lot,
That's
but I'm
it.
just saying.
and Giannis.
But I'm just saying, Clint
Yeah, they're
Capella,
not gonna make it.
his numbers like 17 and 12. I mean, those are kind of
That's
borderline
Andre
all-star
Drummond.
numbers.
That's Andre Drummond numbers.
Andre Drummond's made the All-Star game though.
But he's not gonna
Twice.
make it over Andre Drummond. Like, and that's like,
Why
I
not?
don't
Well, I
get
mean,
it.
it depends. Winning matters. Andre Drummond's team looks like it's not going to be winning for a very long time. Clint Capella, I mean, with a couple right
I'm
pieces,
saying if you
I could see
think
them
the
being in the
Hawks will
playoffs.
have, if you think the Hawks will have two superstars in Reddish and Trae Young, and what is
Not what I think, because I didn't pick the Hawks. What do
and
you
what
think?
wait, what is John Collins? He's a pretty goddamn
Well,
good
John Collins is
He'll be good.
nice.
and
He'll be a
Clint
star.
Capella. So their ceiling is high. If you think Cam Reddish is going to be a superstar, I don't think he's going to
Just
be
like-
a superstar. But I think if they draft one like in Anthony Edwards, they will.
That's another shot sucking inefficient player you're bringing into a backcourt who he
Anthony Edwards?
who he also doesn't play that much defense.
Isn't he
So
good, though?
He's good. He's a shot
He's a good scorer.
chucking player. So you got Trae Young, shot chucker. You got Anthony Edwards, shot chucker. They both don't play deep. They're both undersized for their positions.
Well,
So
what
now
if
you're
they
bringing
bring,
two
what
guys-
if they bring
hold on.
somebody?
Now you're bringing in two guys who don't, because you said Anthony Edwards. Now you're bringing in two guys who don't really. Who Trae Young passes the ball, yeah. Anthony Edwards doesn't. They both are volume shooters. They like to shoot. John Collins is a great player, but he doesn't even touch the ball like that. And he should be, but he doesn't. So now you're bringing in two guys. You're bringing in guys who don't help your defense, and that's the problem with Atlanta. Atlanta can score with any team in the league, and that was last year, but they can't play defense.
At all.
I mean,
The
you
Pelicans
have a
got
point.
Lonzo. The Pelicans got Lonzo, Holiday, Brandon Ingram.
Derek
Zion.
Favors is a good defender.
Derek Favors, Jackson Hayes, he's going to be good, bro. I'm telling you. Lonzo Ball's going to be a star. We all know that.
But as of right now, how everything's set up, I mean, the Western Conference is a tougher conference than the Eastern Conference.
Oh, the East is getting there. It's getting there. Literally.
Come on, man.
East, it's getting there. Come on, bro. Like,
I mean,
Are you are naming Jackson Hayes? I admit
he's not bad, Joel.
he has
Jackson Hayes is
potential.
not bad.
He has potential, but come on, when you're
talk about the
naming-
future.
All right, we're talking about the future with the Hawks too. Like
You said bring
they
in
don't
Danilo Gallinari.
they could.
But
sign
that's because they have cap
He's a
space.
good stretch four. He could play the three.
Can't play defense. The problem is they can't play defense.
Gallinari's not a bad defender.
But he's not a good one.
He is a good one. He's just not.
He's going to start? He's going to start?
If he starts he could start at the three. Yeah.
So you're halting your young players. Then what are you doing?
What can the Hawks do? They can build Trae Young. They can surround him with shooters. I mean, that's what they could do. You know, I think right now the way in the league is to surround players with shooters. So
Why would
they could do that really well. When your player can shoot like Trae Young, the ceiling for your team is really, really high.
If you build the right pieces, but I think the ceiling.
And I think right now, just the main thing that the Hawks shouldn't do is burn all their cap and draft well. And I think that right now, the Hawks are a wild card because they can go in so many different directions. They can trade John Collins and maybe draft Obi Toppin. I mean, they could get a bunch of pieces from him. They could do a lot of things.
Draft? This is why they're gonna mess up for dumb shit like that. Why would you draft Obi Toppin if you have John Collins? He
Because
can't play
he
the
stretch
three.
the floor better than John
Obi
Collins.
Toppin can't play the three.
I mean, I'm saying he could play the four. You could stretch. You could be a stretch four. He would be the perfect stretch four in today's league.
Can't shoot.
Come on, man. You
What do you watch?
serious?
What do you watch?
I'll watch
Wait,
the games. He's not a bad shooter.
Question for both of you. So, I mean, Ray, you think it's laughable to add Danilo Gallinari, but I've heard you on many occasions say that you don't think DeAndre Hunter is going to amount up to anything.
Not anything, but I don't think he's gonna be what they think he's gonna be, which is a star.
So, I mean, you replace Danilo Gallinari for DeAndre Hunter. I mean, Joel, what are your expectations for DeAndre Hunter? He's 22 years old.
I mean, I think he'll be solid. I think he'll be a solid player, a good defender. Now, I don't think he'll be like a star or superstar, but I think he'll be a pretty good defender.
It's safe to say Gallinari would be a major upgrade.
Offensively.
Fair?
But this is what I'm saying, man. I just think that the Hawks are a wild card. They can go in so many different directions, and they can really build this thing up right. I think the Pelicans, they're already there. That's going to be what they're going to run with for now until the wheels fall off. And
That's a
I'm
good
not
call.
sure. And I'm not sure how good that's going to be, because if Zion gets injured, this whole thing collapses.
I mean, that's if Trae Young gets injured, the whole thing collapses. That's
Well,
both
not
teams,
really. You
man.
think Cam Reddish is going to be a superstar, so he might not.
You got me there. You got me there. Okay. I'm just saying, man. The Pelicans, man. Like the chemistry is crazy. You've seen
when
it.
you look, you got to look at the amount of picks that the Hawks have. They have a lot of picks. They have a lot of picks.
They do have a lot of draft capital.
So they got a lot of things going for them right now.
The Pelicans got Zion.
I mean, I think we've stressed enough. I think Joel obviously picks the Hawks. Rib obviously picks the Pelicans.